Hello writers, how are you getting on with your current work in progress? I'm making steady progress. I'm not advanced or close to the finish of a story that I'm working on currently and which has been keeping me occupied for most of the last month. But I'm happy with that, and I hope you can tell that in my face. I'm turning up on a regular basis at my favourite coffee shop. I'm finding myself going to the print shop once a week to have them print out for me from my USB stick the document as it exists each week. And every week I'm seeing progress that I'm happy with and actually quite proud of. A character that I was unsure about has emerged into being a strong element of the plot, and the people that are popping up in the story to counter his efforts to resolve the crime are fascinating. And I have no idea where they've come from, except that I've given them free rein to turn up within my ideas, and I'm seeing very good development of the story from that perspective. I've got a ton of notes that I'm working through, and I have my daily reminders here in my Moleskine on what I will do tomorrow. This little video is not about what you're writing or the way you're structuring your stories or me, the way I'm working on mine. No, it's much more about looking at this whole idea of the freedom we have as writers to work through our own voice. Why is it that we write? Why are we drawn so much to self-expression through our written word? And why does it give us so much pleasure? It's an immense privilege for you and I to grab a notebook and write by hand as we develop our story or our non-fiction ideas, to work on a physical manuscript, or to open up our laptop or our tablet and work on the project that is appealing to us and exciting to us. This morning I worked on a beta reading project of a historical fiction story for another reader. This afternoon, for a couple of hours, I've already worked on household management and some of the projects that are running for us as a family and which need just some regular attention and chivying and pushing along. And this afternoon I've been looking at half a dozen videos by other authors talking about what excites them about the career and profession of being a writer, how they got into the profession, how they feel when sometimes they have to write a boring and uninteresting proposal for a book they seek to be commissioned to write, but then they have perhaps delivered something that is completely in line with what their publisher wanted, or something else developed from that story and they took the project back and ended up selling the manuscript to a different publisher. From one of the interviews I watched today, I was struck by the comment of somebody that they consider themselves a perpetual student. They went to college, they studied and they worked, and they discovered that they had a love for ideas and the sharing of ideas. That's how I've always felt about non-fiction, albeit that wasn't what I studied at college. It wasn't what I went away to study when I went to live in Mexico. It was a different range of subjects and themes. But I kept coming back to the idea of writing. I kept returning to the desire to write and to create words. When I am at my happiest, I am sitting at a desk with pen and paper, and I am creating something from nothing. I'm creating 500 words or 1,000 words from a moment of inspiration that lasts for weeks. Writing is the work that you and I love. Finding the time to invest in that project, to put our emotional energy into this passion we have for creating words from our ideas. This is so important. What are you writing? How are you getting on? Be inspired by who you are and what you can bring to the table with the story that is your story to write, or the characters that will develop from your experience of life, albeit you're writing a fictional story, you're telling a story that is created in your mind, but you are the person who can bring that to fruition. Have a great week writing this week. It starts tomorrow by putting that scheduled time in your diary and showing up as normal to push the words forward. Happy writing!